Hey, it's Dead Guy Cardboard here with another top 20 video. This is for e-cards, commonly referred to as caramel cards. People know about T-cards. They stand for tobacco cards, like the T206, but another very popular group of cards during the early 20th century are e-cards. This is a term that was designated in the American Card Catalog by Jefferson Burdock, and e-cards consist of, like I said, caramel cards. They range from 19th century to late 1920s. They also consist of other candy cards like mints and even early gum cards. Later on, gum cards were designated with the R designation in the 30s, but any card before that was considered an e-card. Anyway, most of these cards you'll see in this video are from caramel candy packs, but there's a few others as well. All right, let's get right into it. So this list is based on significance and price, and it's not necessarily in order of the most expensive to least expensive, but there's certainly significance involved in this list. So the first one at number 20 is the 1909-1912 E254 Colgan's Chips Harry Hooper. This is the only card on this list that's not the traditional rectangle shape. These cards are always circular. They came in these little circular tin packs, and the tin was a tin of gum, a round tin of gum. And the reason why I chose Harry Hooper is because this is his first true rookie card. Tris Speaker also has a rookie card from this set, but he also has rookie cards from the E90 and the T206 set. But this is Harry Hooper's only true rookie card. And all these Colgan Chips cards, most of them were taken from the Carl Horner portraits, which were also used for the T206 set, so very iconic portraits. This is a very underlooked set, pretty undervalued. And if you're looking to get the Harry Hooper card, the true rookie card of Harry Hooper, you would look for the Boston National League caption variation, because there's another one that came out later when they corrected it to Boston American League, because he was in the Boston American League and not the National League. Anyway, great looking card. Now we're at number 19, the 1919 E137 Zenit Dazzy Vance. Zenit produced cards of players from the Pacific League. They're really the first, I guess you could say, like Bowman Chrome Prospect set way back in the 1910s. There's several very popular players from this set. Other Hall of Famers like Mickey Cochran, the Wayner brothers, Tony Lazzare, and another Hall of Famer which I'll mention. But I decided to include Dazzy Vance because he has just an incredible story. He really didn't start his major league career until the age of 31 in 1922, and if you look at his stats, he was arguably the best pitcher of the 20s. He was just on par, if not better, in my opinion, than Groover Alexander and Lefty Groove from the 1920s. And this card from 1919, he was in his late 20s, and it's a very tough card, like most Zenits. It's a very low pop. There's a population of less than 10. And it's very hard to find these cards with coupons attached to the bottom. Most of the coupons were detached. All right, so number 18, we have the 1910 E95 Philadelphia Caramel Ty Cobb. This is, in my opinion, probably the best looking Cobb ever made. Just a gorgeous looking card. This is the first Cobb on the list. Very, very classic caramel set, the E95 set. Some of the portraits from this set I think are rather comical looking. The players look like they have kind of blush and lipstick on them. But this Cobb, it just looks outstanding. I love this portrait. And it's number 18. All right, number 17. Another card from the E95 set. the 1910 E95 Honus Wagner. Like I said, this is a very popular caramel set. And there's really not too many cards of Honus Wagner because he didn't want to be included in tobacco sets. We all know he's in the Tito 06 set, but that was pulled pretty quickly. So it's rather hard to find Honus Wagner cards from his playing days. This is one of his most popular cards. He's also has some great ones from the E93, E94, and E98 set as well, but this is a classic card. It's also highly collectible because it's in the PSA Registry set for 3000 Hit Club. Alright, so number 16 is the 1910 E98 set of 30 Ty Cobb. Now this set really blew up with the 2012 Black Swamp find. It was called a Black Swamp find because no, it was not found in a swamp. It was found in I think it was Defiance, Ohio, up north, near this area called the Black Swamp. And this family found a ton of these just pristine looking E98 cards. And this set was kind of a niche set for a long time because it was so tough to find any examples of these cards. But when this Black Swamp find came about, there was literally hundreds of cards discovered, maybe thousands, we don't know yet, of these very scarce cards that were all of a sudden in pristine condition. And they're still, even though the population like quadrupled with this find, they're still very expensive. But the Ty Cobb is probably the most iconic card from that set, and the most valuable. All right, so number 15 is the 1910 E103 Williams Caramel Honus Wagner. This is a key Honus Wagner card to get because it has the identical image as a T206 Carl Horner cabinet picture. However, this card, if you compare it to the Honus Wagner T206 card, it's sort of reversed. The image is reversed, but this card is definitely highly sought after because of the look of it is similar to T206, and actually the population, there's a combined pop between SGC and PSA of just 42, which is actually less than the T206 Honus Wagner. So it's not nearly as valuable as a T206, but it's actually technically rare. All right, number 14 is the 1934 E137 Zenit Joe DiMaggio. I mean, what can you say? It's the Jolton Joe DiMaggio pre-rookie card when he was in San Francisco. He's one of the best Yankees of all time. I mean, he was married to Marilyn Monroe. He also has another Zenit card from 1925 where he is throwing, or 1935 when he was throwing. But this one from 1934 is his first pre-rookie card, and it's just a good-looking card. All right, number 13 is the 1908 E102 set of 25 Ty Cobb. Many consider this to be Ty Cobb's rookie card. It's believed to come out in 1908, which is the year before the T206 cards. This image is also in the E101 set, the E92, E105, and E106 set, which are all roughly believed to come out around 1908, so you can include those cards too. But the E102 is one of the more popular ones. The manufacturer is unknown, and yeah, it's just a very significant card because some consider this to be like his first rookie card. He does have cards from the 1907 year, and they're all postcards. So some people don't consider postcards to be a rookie card, and this is his first caramel rookie card, his first traditional baseball rookie card. But certainly his 1907 postcards are picking up steam, and they're worth more than this card. But this card deserves to be on the list for its significance, and it's a very tough card at that. There's a total pop of less than 50. All right, so number 12 is the 1888 E223 GMB Chewing Gum A.G. Spalding. This is the only 19th century E set listed in the American card catalog. I mean, this is probably the most significant card on the list because it's the first ever baseball card issued in a gum or candy set. Some consider this to be the first, true baseball card intended for kids, because kids could actually buy this gum legally and receive these cards. Now, this has a pop of just one, so I didn't want to put this higher on the list because it's so scarce, but it deserves to be recognized. A.J. Spalding is a Hall of Famer, an ambassador, a pioneer to the sport of baseball, and just any card from this set is very iconic and valuable. And A.J. Spalding is the best player to get from this set, for sure, if you're the one and only person who has this card. All right, so at 11 is the 1914 E145 Cracker Jack Ty Cobb. Cracker Jack's one of the most beautiful sets of all time. I think if you were to say, like, what are the maybe 5 best sets out there, no particular order, the 1952 Topps, the 1933 Goudey, the Tito 6 sets, and definitely the Cracker Jack sets. You can throw out a couple other sets, but it's up there. I love the red backgrounds on these cards. Cracker Jacks are part of baseball lore with the "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" song. The Cracker Jack set was produced over 2 years. The 1914 cards are more valuable because they're just a little scarcer to find, and they all came in Cracker Jack sets, meaning a lot of these cards were tough to find in high grade condition because there's always typically caramel staining on the cards, whereas in 1915 you could get them in packs as well as through the mail. So the ones through the mail were just kept better. But yeah. All right, number 10, cracking in the top 10, is a 1915 Zenith McMullen card. This is the only baseball card of this 8-man out Black Sox player, which makes this card super significant. It's like I said with the other Zenith cards, they're low pop. There's a combined population of just 12. Fred McMullen was a journeyman. He wasn't very good. This is the only card you can find of him. There's a lot of people out there collecting Black Sox players, and this is the only card. Risberg, Weaver, and Lefty Williams are also in this set. Those are the guys also in the Black Sox scandal, but they have other cards as well. Most notably, most of those guys are in the strip card set from 1919. But if you want to collect all of the 8-man out players, cards of them playing their playing days, this is the only card you could get of McMullen. Okay, so number 9. We have 1914 Cracker Jack Joe Jackson. The Joe Jackson card is usually a little bit more money than the Ty Cobb. I mean, it kind of depends on the condition of the Ty Cobb versus the Joe Jackson. But Joe Jackson doesn't have a ton of cards compared to Ty Cobb. He had a relatively short career, and this is arguably his best looking card. All right, number 8. Another Cracker Jack card. The 1914 Cracker Jack Christy Mathewson. This is the key card to get for the 1914 Cracker Jack set because Christy Mathewson card in the 1915 Cracker Jack set switched to a portrait. So this horizontal card is the only card you can get of Mathewson. So there's a lot of Cracker Jack collectors out there that want to collect the set, and for a lot of players, you can just pick up the 1915 version Cracker Jack card, which is generally cheaper than the 1914 version. But if you want to get all the variations, you have to pick up this Christy Mathewson card from 1914, the horizontal pose. It's typically the most valuable card in the set, and there's a few others that are short printed that were only printed in 1914, like Del Pratt, but Mathewson is definitely the most significant. This card has a combined pop of just 51 cards, so a tough card, a very tough card to get in high grade as well. A very valuable card at that. All right, number 7 is the E91 American Caramel Tris Speaker. This is, if you're gonna say like what is the most iconic caramel set, E91 has to be up there with the Cracker Jack set. Highly collectible set. And this Tris Speaker card is his rookie card. He also has a rookie card from the same year in the T206 set, as well as the Colgan Chip set that I mentioned earlier. However, this card is much harder to obtain than the Colgan Chip and the T206 card. It's a short print, so if you look on the back of these American Caramel E91 cards, they say like 100 cards, 100 baseball cards. However, they decided to expand the set and produce an extra 20. So there's 120 cards in this set. And this Tris Speaker was short printed along with the other 19 cards. Like there's several Boston, Chicago, and Reds players, as well as Ed Walsh is a part of that short printed set. But the Tris Speaker is definitely the most notable short print Hall of Famer. All right, so number 6 is the 1917 E135 Collins McCarthy Babe Ruth. This is Babe Ruth's second year card. This is actually the same image as the 1921 E121, where he his caption says he's in the Yankees because he was on the Yankees then. But this card, this Collins McCarthy Babe Ruth card, is actually far more rare than his 1960 M101 rookie card. This card has a total population of 22, whereas his M101 rookie card has a population of over 70. The Collins McCarthy set is the same company that made Zeniths, but the Collins McCarthy set depicts major leaguers, where the Zeniths always depict minor leaguers. There's also a Boston store back variation of this photo. However, it's considered a different set entirely. Yeah, just an iconic set. Joe Jackson's also in this set, but this is the card to get from the set. The Babe Ruth second year card. All right, so number 5. Another iconic card from the E135 sets, the 1917 E135 Rogers Hornsby's rookie card. This has a population of just 16. This is his most popular card by far. He has a card, the Big Head card, which some consider his rookie card, but we don't really know when that card came out. Some believe it's 1916, but I think nowadays most people think it came out after 1917 or 18. But this Collins McCarthy Rogers Hornsby card is the card to get, and it's just a great looking card. All right, so number 4 is the E91 Joe Jackson rookie card. So this card's very interesting to me because when this card came out, Joe Jackson had only played less than 10 games in the majors with Philadelphia, and not too long after this card set came out, he was sent down to the minors to play on the New Orleans Pelicans, and he also has a card from that set, the tobacco card. So yeah, he wasn't really like doing too well when this set came out. But I think that's what's so fascinating about this card, because a couple years later he got called up by Cleveland in 1911, and kind of the rest is history. These cards are pretty scarce. There's a total combined population of 163 between SGC and PSA. Very expensive card. PSA 3s, as of the recording of this video, go for around $50K. Registration is all over the place on this card. A lot of times his face is all off-centered. It looks like he has lipstick on his lips sometimes. And there's always this little print dot in the left corner. That was just sort of a common print dot, I guess. But yeah, it's just I think a great looking card when you can find one registered under $50,000. All right, so number 3 is the Honus Wagner of E-cards, they call it. It's the E91 Mike Mitchell. Mike Mitchell was not a Hall of Famer. He was an okay player, but this card for a long time was considered extremely scarce. It goes for around $3,000 in PSA 3 right now. There's a combined population of 50, which does make it about as scarce as the T206 Honus Wagner card, which that card has a estimated population of around 50. But back in the early 1980s, before there was these population reports and internet card magazines and eBay and forums, there was a sort of, I guess you could say, myth around this card being the Wagner of the candy card sets. But if you look at the total population of some other of the rare short printed cards, it's roughly the same. Like I think the Ed Walsh is roughly the same population as the Mike Mitchell. But still, this card is very valuable because it will always be considered the Wagner of the caramel cards, even though I think that's sort of recently been debunked. But it deserves to be in the top 3 because it's a very iconic card in the caramel card sets. All right, so number 2 is the 1903 E107 Brace Williams Honus Wagner. Yeah, talk about a significant set. This is the first Major League Baseball set of the 20th century. A lot of these photos that you see from this set, not the Honus Wagner, but some other ones, were the same photos used nearly 6 years later for the T206 set. They're all Carl Horner portraits. But a lot of people consider this card to be Honus Wagner's rookie card, although he does have a cabinet card and a sports supplement beforehand, so I don't personally consider this to be his rookie card, but it's a very valuable card. This is a extremely scarce set. There's a population of just 6 Honus Wagners. This SGC 10 one sold for $56,000 in 2014. And yeah, if you can pick up any card from the E107 set, you're a lucky guy because they are scarce and expensive even for common cards. All right, so number 1 of the top 20 E-cards of all time, the 1903 E107 Bryce Williams Christy Mathewson. Yes, this is his rookie card. He does have a Police Gazette piece, which is kind of like a photo. It's not really a card at all. But this, most people would without a doubt consider this to be Christy Mathewson's rookie card. Christy Mathewson is considered one of the greatest pitchers of all time. This card is extremely scarce as a population of just 6, like the Honus Wagner. This SGC4 that I'm showing sold for $192,000 in February 2019, or excuse me, 18. But this is really just the number 1 spot to me because this is his best card, and this is really a scarce, iconic set, the E107 set. And if you were to pick up any card from that set, I think it should be the Christy Mathewson. There's some other great rookie cards from this set, from like Addie Joss is in this set, Elmer Flick, some very early cards of Napoleon Lajoie, Eddie Plank, and Cy Young. But to me, this is the card to get. I also kind of like how he's in street clothes. I don't know, sort of adds to it. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. There's some other great sets to check out too. Great E-card sets like the 1921 to 1923 E120, E121, E22 American Caramel sets are great. They have rookie cards from Goose Gosling to Herb Pennock, Joe Sewell, sort of lesser known Hall of Famers. There's also just some other iconically scarce E-sets like the E253 Oxford Confectionery sets, the Mellow Mints, the E104 Nanjas, Juju Drums. But caramels are really some great cards, great sets. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned because I have more of these videos to come. Thank you.